Shalom Yasharala. All praise to the Most High Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai Bashim Lachakwadash. Double honors to the elder apostles of Great Hailstone for giving wisdom in the teachings of the scriptures, along with what comes with them. Peace and salutation to the hopeful elect. Shalom to the sincere Achiam across the globe. So, it's a very special time that we're in. A lot of things happening. The people think that the CV19, the Windows 19 is going away. So you see a lot of things happening. They're saying about reopening basically society, and also is the World War III prophecy that's stirring right now. And this is from InfoWars from February the 8th. It says, Red Alert, Putin threatens nuclear war if Ukraine joins NATO and attacks Crimea. Now, this thing has been going on for some years, this proxy war, which we'll go into. I will go into in a few in a bit. But if you read it, you can read it. It's from InfoWars, and President Putin had a meeting with the French president on Monday, talking about the situation that the West is in, together with the Great Bear, which Russia is the bear, and there's no sign in the Western media that talks about this, because he really said that, and I'll highlight it. This part. I want to stress it one more time. Putin said, "I've been saying it, but I very much want you to finally hear me and to deliver it to your audience in print, TV, and online. Do you understand it not? Do you understand it or not, that if Ukraine joins NATO and attempts to bring Crimea back by military means, the European countries will be automatically pulled into a war conflict with Russia?" Putin admitted that Russia's military capabilities cannot compete with all of NATO's, before noting his country is one of the world's leaders in nuclear weaponry. There will be no winners, the Russian president said of a hypothetical war. You will be called into conflict against your will. You won't even have time to blink your eye when you execute Article 5. Now let's check out what they say. What does it mean, Article 5? Right? I don't want the Dutch one. I want the English one. Article 5. Now I'm gonna have a lot of Dutch stuff, but it's basically about the North Atlantic Treaty. Article 5. It commits each member state to consider an armed attack against one member state in Europe or North America to be an armed attack against them all. Now, the Ukraine, they are not yet into the North Atlantic Treaty or North Atlantic Treaty. They are not in the NATO yet. But if they do, well, we just read what will happen if they do. Now, this thing about the Crimea, I can look it up also. I had some pictures. Oh man, it's a lot of things that you should not show here. Right. Here you see the Crimea. It's written here, annexed by Russia in 2014, and you see it's in the Black Sea. And it's a very strategic, when it comes to strategy, it's a very important place for Russia. considering the fact that they already lost, a lot of parts of their kingdom, basically, And here you see the old Russia. You see how big it was back in the days. Now, when you look up the Russian Empire, which really started in 1721 and then went on to 1917, then you see that it's a very big empire, and we just showed you what it is. Now, after the early 90s, they lost a lot of it, but this is what it was back in the days, the USSR, and they lost with all the US tactics. They lost Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania, Belarus, Ukraine, Moldova, Georgia, Armenia, Azerbaijan, Uzbekistan, Kazakhstan, Turkmenistan, Tajikistan, and Kyrgyzstan. All those countries are considered Russian territories, according to the real Russians. They've lost a lot, but according to them, it's still Russia. Here you see also pictures from after the Second World War, and there you see it again. The so-called Iron Curtain started in East Germany, and all the countries that are, after that, so to speak, those countries were considered, Russian, not dominion, but allies, basically. Again, you see the Crimea. You see that Ukraine is really bordering to Russia nowadays. So, considering that the Cold War has never been ended, Ukraine being part of the NATO would be really would be an act of war. It would be an act of war. I would see it as an act of war. Russia would see it as an act of war. You can go also to this website, cvce.eu, and they speak about the 1991 coup d'etat, and got a lot of information considering Boris Yeltsin and Gorbachev, the former presidents of the USSR. Basically, after that, that summer, Russia lost it all. You see, Lithuania was the first SSR to declare its independence of 11 March 1991. Estonia and Latvia followed suit on 20 and 21 August. Georgia was the first to declare independence on April the 9th. Azerbaijan followed on August the 30th. Armenia, 23rd of September 1991, and so on, And all those countries became so-called independent under influence of the United States. I remember back in the days with Ceausescu, the Romanian president, and the whole coup d'etat that they put there, that they put the puppy leaders, So that's what they do. They surrounded, basically they surrounded Russia. Sometimes they use proxy wars, and sometimes they just use the economic hitman, and then they stir up the people, they rouse up the people, so they go against the leaders of the country, and then you know how it goes, right? And it goes far because if you look at the word proxy war, right? Go to Atom Online. There you have it, the word proxy. Early 15th century from proxy, proketchi, an agency, let me highlight it, an agency of one who acts instead of another, right? Letter of power of attorney, contraction of Anglo-French procuratio, around 1300s, from medieval Latin procuratia, administration, from Latin procuratia, a caring for, management, you know. And if you go to the word proctor, one employed to manage the affairs of another, right? Now, let's go back to the Ukraine, because the president of the Ukraine right now, go to Wikipedia again. Come on. Ukraine, country in Eastern Europe, right? Now, if you look at the government, the president of the Ukraine is Volodymyr Zelensky, right? He's an he is a Ukrainian actor, comedian, and politician who is the sixth and current president of the Ukraine since May 2019. So prior to him being a politician, he was a Ukrainian actor, comedian. That's something crazy to think about it, man. And only in East world it's possible for an actor or a comedian or some I don't know, some television program guy to become a president of a country, man. Or was what was Arnold Schwarzenegger? Arnold Schwarzenegger was the governor of California. We had last year, I think it was Kanye West, also known as Kanye West. He wants to be running for president of the United States in I don't know if time is handed to them. Let's say it lasts for another 10 years. We might see, you know, that Kanye West dude being president of the United States, man. You know, because that's what they do. Even here in Holland, we had Sylvana Simons, you know, who was I said it before. She was a host of this program, right? Doing all types of extras. I gotta write it down. Sylvana Simons, this female right here. She's a member of the House of Representatives since 2021 on behalf of BIA, an anti-racist party. She was a front runner of the Black Lives Matter movement in the Netherlands. You understand? But, you know, she was a dancer in Amsterdam nightlife scene before becoming a VJ for the music channel TMF in 1995. Then she left for SBS Says, and she presented a host of programs, you know, and then all of a sudden she's now in the House of Representatives. That's crazy, man. But that's how it goes, because there's a very thin line between actor / comedian / host and being a politician, because they are all controlled by these elites that control everything. You understand? So we are not amazed that those things happen. But you should know, man. You should know that the alarm bells should be sounding when you hear some crazy shit like that, man. You know? So yeah, there's a lot of things going on. But maybe it's time to get a scripture, man. You know, bear with me for a second. Job 20. Yeah, because all those things, they need to happen because of prophecy, man. You know, Job 3, and then we have Jeremiah 50. Bear with me one second again. It's all prophecy, man. These things need to happen, you know? Not because of these people are so righteous, or it just has to happen, man. I take it to Jeremiah 50 and 29. Right. Gotta wait for the blue letter. Jeremiah 50. Jeremiah 50, verse 29, alright? Call together the archers against Babylon. All ye that bend the bow, camp against it round about. Let none thereof escape. Recompense her according to her work, according to all that she had done. Do unto her, for she had been proud against the Most High, against the Holy One of Israel. You know? So, these things need to happen because Babylon, the great whore, USA, under Satan's authority, AmeriKKKa, it needs to be destroyed, man. That's why these things happen, because, like Putin said, there will be no winners. He knows that America got a larger nuclear amount of weapons, but there's three big ones in this war: China, Russia, and the United States of America. And when these fools are starting to spread these nuclear interballistic missiles towards each other, there will be no winners. Los Angeles will burn, Shanghai will burn, Moscow will burn, Amsterdam will burn, Paris, France, London, Barcelona, all these cities, these big ass countries, they will all burn, man. Because that's the end prophecy, Take you to nah, this is not yet, man. Let me see. Hosea 4, 1 till 6. Yeah. Why do these things have to happen, man? Let's say Hosea chapter 4, verse 1 till 6, right? Hear the word of the Lord, ye children of Israel, for the Most High had a controversy with the inhabitants of the land, because there's no truth, nor mercy, nor knowledge of the Most High in the land. Now the land is talking about the United States of America, Babylon the Great, and basically all the minion countries too, man. The rich West, London, England, Amsterdam, Netherlands, France. Verse 2, by swearing and lying and killing and stealing and committing adultery, they break out, and blood touched blood. Therefore shall the land mourn, and everyone that dwell therein shall languish, with the beasts of the field and with the fowls of heaven. Yea, the fishes of the sea also shall be taken away. So, every living creature on this planet Earth is going to be devoured by this nuclear heat, man. Thermal nuclear heat. And that goes, I don't have to remind you of the Terminator 2 movie where the meat melted away. We're going to go to that scripture too, because that's what this heat is doing. You will witness your own flesh melting off your body, man, and you will be disintegrated by that heat. Verse 4, yet let no man strive, nor reprove another, for thy people are as they that strive with the priest. Therefore shalt thou fall in the day, and the prophet also shall fall with thee in the night, and I will destroy thy mother. Thy mother, who is America's mother? England, the United Kingdom, And then verse 6 is something whole different, man. Now, what always is very upfront is that these Americans, because Putin is really a man, he don't care. If he dies, he dies. It's like when you're on the streets, man. Somebody crosses you or do you wrong, and you're in the right. It doesn't matter to you. Let's fight. It doesn't matter if I end up in the hospital. I will hurt you like you want to hurt me, right? That's his his way of doing. Now, when you look at the United States, they like to have females do the talking for them. It's another thing that vexes people. It vexes a guy like hold on, people, hold on. I'm gonna fix something. Yeah. My apologies for that, Salakia. So, yeah, I was at this. They always let the females do the talking. They have the spokesperson of the White House, but also this female, man, Amy Klobuchar. She's a senator, and she had the nerve to talk about, yeah, if the Russians attack the Ukraine, our response will be swift, and we will be, you know, destroying. She had war talks, basically, man. A female, look at her, looking like a fucking swine, and that's a senator for you, man. Also, the spokesperson of the White House, Jen Psaki, disgusting pig. I don't know why Satan is fucking around, man. Why you do that, man? I'm riding an eye, going with the fucking all types of fucking bullshit. Salakia, man. Jen Psaki, this female, she's on the television every day. The way she talks, just with that proud look of her, you know, just talking about, yeah, we ready for war, and our response will be this, and our response will be that. And then we got Putin, who don't give a fuck. And I don't want to show no videos, but you can check it out for yourself, man. You know, Putin don't play, man. You know, he got all types of, you know, training stuff. He got videos of him hunting. He got videos of him, you know, manning a submarine. All that types of shit, man. He don't play, man. And he will never let go of the Crimea. He will never let go of it, man. Because the Russian bases, you know, the military bases, they freeze up in the winter. You know, that's why a lot of videos that are surfing on the internet, they show you, you know, when the submarine comes through the ice. Let me see. This is crazy, man. I know you know what I'm talking about. The United States have it too, but I want to show you one of the Russians. This is what I'm talking about. You see, this is some crazy stuff, man. Then breaking through the ice, and in those submarines they got the missiles too, man. Of course, the United States wants. They got also missiles, interballistic missiles, and the cruise missiles, you know. And but you know, this is something that the Russians are specialized in, man. You know. So I just wanted to point that out. So also you know, that nuclear stuff, man, it's not gonna have no winners. And he said it. And a man that talks like this. Let's for example, I'm in a club. Back in the days, I'm in a club, having a drink, having a smoke. I'm chilling, relaxing, and somebody comes fucking it up. Hey yo, start knocking me in my head and shit. And I get vexed. And then I tell him like, yo, let's go outside. Don't matter what will happen. You know, the guy might be bigger than me. I might look at him and like, yo, I'm gonna get fucked up. But I will do anything that's in my mind to show that he cannot fuck with me like that, man. You cannot disrespect me like that. And that's basically what this is, man. The disrespect, man. I showed you in the beginning of the video that the Ukraine and the Crimea, the Peninsula, the island, it belongs to Russia, man. It don't belong to fucking East Europe or whatever the fuck. It belongs to the great Russian Empire from back in the days, 1721 till 1917. You know. Now, when you in Babylon, Jews, you see, you get all these types of bullshit as philosophies and ways of thinking. This is from RT News. The West lying about World War II Russia. Comparisons between the USSR and Hitler's Nazis are an effort to rewrite history, according to a top envoy. Okay? Now, one thing my uncles always used to tell me is that the United States of America never won a war by itself. And you can look it up, man. The Korean War, the Vietnam War, the Iraq wars, World War I, World War II, you know, they never won a war by themselves. Even the wars on their own surface, you know, the Mexican War, the French War, the British War, these wars were never won by what we nowadays call the United States of America. They were either truces or they did some foul, slick shit, you know, to make the situation where it is right now. But when you're an East European country like Romania, Bulgaria, you know, even Ukraine, you get into that juice. See, the Russians were the one that kicked Hitler out of Germany and destroyed the Third Reich. But now they want to change the narrative. And that's what you can read in this article, West Lying About World War II, Russia, from RT. The legacy of World War II, which saw the Soviet Red Army drive out Nazi troops from Eastern Europe before shattering the Third Reich, risks being hijacked by those looking to exonerate Hitler's crimes or erase the contribution of the USSR, Moscow ambassador to the US has claimed. And then it goes on, you know. But that's basically what happens, man. They're trying to change the narrative, man. And if you don't know anything, you'll go with it. You'll run with it. You'll think that they are right. Because, hey, the great American nation, right? But they are lying, man. They are fucking liars. You understand? So, yeah, man. This thing is stirring, you know. It's stirring, and it's gonna come. It's gonna come to the point where it's, you know, it's gonna pop off, man. You know, and all this stuff is just to also bring the troops of all these nations, man. The Russians, who are, you know, ultimately they are Edomites. You know, the Americans and their minions, whether it's the Netherlands or England or Australia or Canada, you know, they are all, you know, being brought to the valley of Yahweh Shabbat, man, the valley of judgment, which is basically North Africa, the Arab countries, you know, and maybe also this part of, you know, Europe. So they will all slightly go to the south. And there they will fight, man. And they will kill each other. You know? So let's go to Jeremiah chapter 50, man. 50 verse 9. For lo, Jeremiah chapter 50 verse 9. For lo, I will raise and cause to come up against Babylon an assembly of great nations from the north country. And they shall set themselves in array against her. From thence she shall be taken. The arrow shall be as of a mighty expert man. None shall return in vain. So, great nations from the north country, those are the countries that are like Russia. And you know, according to Ezekiel 39, all those other countries that basically are Russia. You understand? Ezekiel 38, I must say. Ezekiel 38. Ezekiel 38. Wow. It's crazy, man. Oh, man. Ezekiel 38. Salahi for this, people. Verse 2. Son of man, set thy face against Gog, the land of Magog, the chief priests of Meshach and Tubal, and prophesy against them. Now, Gog, Magog, Meshach, and Tubal, they refer to the sons of, you know, Japheth, who used to dwell in those lands. But nowadays, those are the Edomites, the Russians, right? That part where they dwell right now, they used to be all Japheth, you know, one of the three sons of Noah. Verse 3, and say, thus said the Most High Power, behold, I am against thee, O Gog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal, and I will turn thee back, and put hooks into thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth, and all thine army, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords. Persia, Ethiopia, and Libya with them, all of them with shield and helmet. Gomer and all his bands, the house of Togarma, of the north quarters and all his bands, and many people with thee. Be thou prepared and prepare for thyself, thou and all thy company that are assembled unto thee, and be thou a guard unto them. So, I will turn thee back. When the Russians lost their power, late 1980s, early 1990s, they got hit bad economically, and thus also when it comes to their war machine, right? Military minded, so to speak. But the Most High will turn them back and put hooks into thy jaws. When you have a hook in your jaw and the hook is linked to a line, the person holding the line controls you. And that's what the Most High does, right? And then we'll bring the great company, Persia, Ethiopia, Libya, all those countries that are in the Middle East right now, they will be all under protection of Russia, fighting the United States of America, the Great Horde, and their band, NATO, European Union. So all those countries will be assembled in the valley of Yahweh Shaphat, man. And there will be great slaughter then. You understand? That's what's going to happen, man. It's prophecy and it's going to happen. All right? Jeremiah 50 and 29. Yeah. Jeremiah 50. Verse 29. Call together the archers against Babylon, all ye that bend the bow. Camp against it round about. Let none thereof escape. Recompense her according to her work, according to all that she had done. Do unto her, for she had been proud against the Most High, against the Holy One of Israel. You understand? So those things are going to happen, man. And the Most High is going to use all the enemies all the enemies of the United States to make sure that this is going to happen, right? Because it's going to happen, man. It's prophecy according to the Bible. Thus said the Bible. We go to Zephaniah chapter 3, verse 8. Therefore wait ye upon me, saith the Most High, until the day that I rise up for the prey. Until the day that I rise up to the prey. For my determination is to gather the nations, that I may assemble the kingdoms, to pour upon them mine indignation, even all my fierce anger, for all the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy. Now, I don't want to go into what intercontinental missiles do, what nuclear war will do to the world, but the fire of the Most High's jealousy, that is that fire, right? And I already said it in the beginning of the video. There's many examples in movies and, thermonuclear heat. They say that the mushroom cloud of an ICBM, when it hits ground, the mushroom cloud is even higher than Mount Everest. That's how high you will see this mushroom cloud. And one intercontinental missile carries multiple warheads, so multiple nuclear heads. So that's why I said millions of millions will touch the United States of America, man. Because, it's going to be a whole lot of fucking fire, man. A whole lot of flames. Thermonuclear heat. Right? Now, I want to go a little more because, I have to go. This is from the brother Locksmith.
Готовы и будем применять ядерное оружие только тогда, бесшовная система, и мы ее совершенствуем постоянно, она нуждается в совершенствовании. Система СПРМ, система раннего предупреждения ракетным нападением. То есть эта система фиксирует в глобальном масштабе, какие старты стратегических ракет из Мирового океана, с какой-то территории произведены. Первое. И второе, они определяют траекторию полета. Третье, районы падения головных частей ядерного оружия. И когда мы убеждаем...
I said it a few months ago that they're doing trainings also, you know, together, China and Russia, Belarus also having, you know, nuclear war games or war practices together with Russia. You know, so if the Ukrainians be so dumb to join the West openly, man, it only takes like, you know, like a weekend. Let's call it 2 day, a short weekend, Friday, Saturday, and then they take it over, man. But all those things, they are prophecies that still that. You know, it's not tomorrow that this will happen, man, because there's a lot of prophecies that need to happen first. Because when this happens, it's end game. They're gonna destroy each other. They're gonna throw missiles at each other, and then it's just done. But before that, we gotta, you know, the MOTB still gotta be implemented, and a whole lot of other prophecies that needs to be done, man. You can check this also out. Putin says Russia will die as martyrs and rise to heaven in a nuclear war. So that's the mind that these Russians have, man. That they will die as martyrs. You understand? So yeah. With that, I don't want to go too long. I just wanted to go into it. Let me see that I don't forget anything. This we had. Russia's borders. You know, the pipeline, and that's also a reason why Germany is basically playing neutral, because their main source for gas comes from Russia. You can see it here, the Nord Stream pipeline, which goes from Russia, you know, through the sea, which is the Baltic Sea, and then goes to Germany. And they don't want to fuck that up. So they remain neutral. About the coup d'etat, you can check this out, CVCE@EU. No, www.cvce.eu. You know, and then the 1991 coup d'etat, you can check that out too. And you're gonna find you know, about that. The Russian Empire, you know, showing you that all those countries that are now claiming to be westernized and that claim to be, you know, sovereign, and that claim to be, you know, standing on their own, they were all part of the Russian Empire. Look how big it is, man. Normally speaking, it goes all the way to parts of Alaska, man. This country is the biggest country in the world, and that's a proudness that they don't want to lose, because they know that's who they are, you know. So I hope y'all been edified, and yeah, hope to see y'all at the next one. Stay strong, stay safe. Shalom.